Hello everybody, I'm Blood Red and this is Blood Red Gaming. Welcome back to part 4 of the Multi-Dimensions series. As you saw from the last one, I have completed the overworld layer, in a time-lapse because, well, I was actually sick when I was recording that, so I didn't sound amazing. So, yeah. Now, this is complete. I added a few villager houses, well, what's supposed to look like villager houses, some mobs, ponds, and things like that. You're probably wondering how they're staying in. I went around the whole thing with barrier blocks, and now they're not able to get out. So yeah. Well, as you can see, the next layer is, well, we've run out of dimensions, first of all. We've got the 3 ones in vanilla, but if we go into Minecraft lore, there is another dimension called the Aether. And that's what this final layer here is gonna be. So, without further ado, I'm gonna hand you over to Blood Red, who has been in the Aether mod and, well, what the hell is happening with my camera? Who went into the Aether mod and checked out the actual Aether dimension. So, without further ado, I'll hand you over to her. Alright, let's check out the Aether. This is just another world that I've loaded up, and yeah, this one has the Aether mod actually in it. So, well, that is a great sign. What the hell is that? It's like a moving cloud. Okay, so let me get this straight. This place has moving clouds. Oh. I don't know what you are. Is that like a tornado thing? That slime just fell off. Well, as you can see from the video, I got immediately distracted when I went into the Aether. This was my first time and I'd had no idea what I was doing. But just focus on what the terrain looks like for the islands and the clouds, because that's what we're going to be using in the actual thing. So yeah. Please ignore me getting distracted and I'll skip to the end of this clip so you can get back to the flat world. Since I've had a little look around, I will hand you over to the bee that's currently in the multi-dimensions world, and yeah, I'll see you there. Bye bye. You saw in that little clip, the Aether is very modded, so building it in a vanilla world is going to be quite tricky with vanilla blocks. So let's just do some brainstorming for what blocks we're going to use. Okay? Okay. In there was a lot of whites, yellows, and, well, blues. So I was thinking probably a mix of, like, just any sort of block. I was thinking more like this. So in the mod, you could see that there were these sorts of colors in there. I was thinking of using stone as for the gray colors you would see on the cliffs, clay for like the slightly off blue, and I was thinking of using these warped netherrack as for like the grass. But of course I'll have to find a way to get past this, because red is definitely not something you would find there. I was thinking for another blue accent for like the off blue, we could use prismarine because it's more of that teal that you saw in the Aether and things like that. But for the whites and yellows, I was thinking sulfur and snow. But we can also have like a bunch of other things as well as sand, maybe wool, of different sorts. That's a bit too much, but you get what I mean. It's kind of easy to figure out what you want once you've actually figured it out. But yeah, these sorts of colors will be great to have in our actual Aether. So without further ado, let's figure out how I'm gonna do this. I think first of all, we need to get these like cliffs done here. As you can see, they're currently stone bricks as a placeholder because I thought that would suit more of these ponds, but of course, we'll probably have to change that. So if I get some water, and I'll just change quickly what this pillar stuff is. Be right back. Alrighty, as you can see, I have finished the cliffs design based off of what I saw in the Aether. It was basically this sort of color wise. It's not accurate based off of, well, it definitely doesn't look like the Aether, but it's the best I could have done in vanilla Minecraft. But I think I did a pretty good job. So, next step would probably be filling in the rest of this. I think I'm just gonna do a quick G command. Alright, so I've filled that in with light blue wool. And yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do much for that because I don't exactly want to ruin it too much, but I'm definitely gonna go over here and grab these types here because these will help us with our clouds. And we have done most of these, so we can get rid of those. These will help us with our clouds. As you can see, we've got giant yellow pillar. I should probably change the color of it. Alright, so that's basically what we have here is we're going to make a few things. The problem with sand though, when I'm building with it, that's going to happen. So I might use barriers for those. But I'm just going to like put clouds off the side of this pillar. And maybe like floating in some places. Just to give us a little bit of a variation for the Aether. And then I will work on some trees, like what you saw in the actual thing. There were colorful trees, very pretty. I probably sound bored as heck, but I'm not. And the trees that I saw in the Aether, they were like oak with yellow leaves. I can do the oak part like really easily, but the yellow leaves is gonna be a little trickier. And especially with my sort of style of trees, they're pretty big when it comes to trees. If you look at that tree, and we can definitely do some sort of tree-like thing, but of course we'll need to find some yellows. Maybe let's go the sulfur again. Yellow leaves. What other sort of leaves were there? I can't remember. Oh, sponge. That's also yellow. But I can definitely go like this. And just add like a smallish tree. It's probably not going to be small, but... And we could definitely add like some fences for branches. I mean, this is gonna look a little weirder than the actual trees in the Aether, but if you imagine it with some leaves of sorts, You can definitely see this is supposed to be a tree. Kind of. And if I just copy and paste this, I can also get just a bunch of other trees too. If you have any suggestions for what else I could add to this Aether layer, I am all for it, because right now I don't think it actually goes up to snow. But I could also add, if I go and find the right sort of colors for it, like granite colors. Was it granite colors? Alright, and I can also add sort of like a mini temple thing based off of what I saw, which I think's gonna be cute if I manage to get it. Let's see if I can get this to work. I know that is not accurate at all to what the temples look like, but hey, a girl can dream. Let's add another one. I think this would definitely look better if I actually had the Aether blocks, but since this is in a newer version compared to what the Aether is in, the Aether mod, I wasn't able to get this world into the Aether thing, into where the Aether mod was being held on my computer, so I wasn't able to get that to work, unfortunately. But as you can see, this is what we have so far. What the hell? Did that really just explode? Alright then. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Multi Dimensions. I will definitely see the next time. The next video will be our last one, so please be sure you tune in for that one because it is our finale. When I make the observatory, I might even throw a bit of lore in on that episode at the very end, but of course you'll have to wait and see. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you are new to the channel and you've just found me, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. It gets me up in the algorithm so I can get more views, and it really helps support me and motivate me to make more videos like the one you're watching right now. So, of course, thank you for watching. Blood Red signing off.